Okay, well, this is the living room. I think I've done all this before, but this is the living room. Got Spurs TV on, so Tottenham are currently losing, which is my granddad would be turning in his grave. So we have all the sofas and stuff like that. Bit of Isan stuff going on down there, but I like it. It's quite comfortable. Here is a few images. King number 5, their favourite, and wine fridge. It's good. There's the dining alcove here, and making our way into the kitchen today. It's Sunday and I was going to go out and go to the Irish bar and have their Sunday buffet, but I've decided that my mission today, should I choose to accept it, is to turn this into this. Now, to do that, I thought I was going to have to go out and buy myself a casserole dish and a measuring jug, but imagine my surprise when I rooted around in the cupboards and found these, which is just perfect for my needs. So hopefully one beef stew and dumplings coming up. I'll keep you informed. Okay, phase 1, the oil and the butter in the pan. There's the beef and all the chopped up vegetables. That's red pepper, onion, garlic, carrots, potato, celery and leek. So first in goes the meat. So that's got to fry for, well, I don't know, until it's golden brown, and then I've got to add the flour. So now we have to add flour. Stir. So the recipe says. Well, if this was smelly vision, it would be really good, but it smells alright. Haven't even started yet. Add the garlic. Add the onion. Excuse me for waving around all over the place. I'm not used to videoing when I'm cooking. In fact, this is the first time I've ever done it. And I wouldn't be doing it if I wasn't doing it in a foreign country. Right, and stir. Taking great pains not to spill the whole chicken caboodle on the floor. Okay, add the red pepper. Add the leeks. Stir again. Just leave that for a couple of minutes. Continue adding the vegetables. Carrots. Potatoes. Celery. Okay, now we put the spices in. Thyme. I've already salted and peppered this, by the way. You know, it might need more later. And some bay leaves. Okay, 150 milliliters of wine. Wine is Chilean plonk, 300 baht a bottle. I mean, that's expensive by our standards, that's $10. But that's cheap for here. That's really cheap wine. Worcester sauce. And some balsamic vinegar. Stir it up again. Add 250 milliliters of stock. Should be beef stock really, but I'm afraid I can only find chicken stock. Stir again. So I'm going to depart from the recipe a little bit because I like my stews to be tomatoey. So we're going to put some of this in. Just hang on a second. And stir it. Okay, that's busy simmering on there. So obviously a mass clean-up got to happen. That's why I don't like cooking much. Well, I do like cooking. I don't like the after effects. So I've got two choices. It's got to go in the oven. So I can either fire up this thing that I haven't used for years. It's a gas oven. I don't see why it shouldn't work, but I don't really want to go there. So I'm going to resort to this puppy here, which is a combination oven, and when was it? 2013, 2014, I did a project in Kuala Lumpur, and because I like cooking, they gave me an apartment, I bought this puppy and cooked some really great dishes on it, you know, roast duck, obviously roast chicken and whatever. So I got it fired up again. The menu always comes up in Malay, but I have the instruction manual on my computer in English, so I can just about figure it out. So we're pre-warming it now, hopefully, and so we'll put it in shortly. Let you know. So we've transferred from the pan to the casserole dish, and looks about perfect quantities. This is half of all the quantities that were in the recipe. I just guessed that I'd need to do that, and looks like a lucky guess. I hope there's space enough for the dumplings and everything. The bloody will have to be. So anyway, waiting for the oven to hot up, and then this goes in for 2 hours. That should be about up to temperature. So 2 hours to go. Wish me luck. There she goes. All right, there we go. It's almost dumpling time, and I've never made dumplings before, but looking at the recipe, it looks like about a 2-to-1 mixture of flour to suet and a bit of baking powder, a bit of salt. Mix up with water to get a dough. And okay, I'll put the water in a bit. This is still cooking. It's still got some time to cook yet. So I'll get back to you when I've whacked the water in. Well, wish me luck. I'm going to make my first dumpling. Well, actually, that's not quite true. One of my very early girlfriends was a bit of a dumpling as well. I made her. It wasn't a particularly pleasant experience. Oh, I shouldn't go there really. Okay, so I have bottled water. You need that because water around here isn't too great. And I've got my flour suet and baking powder and salt mix in there. And now I've got to mix it up into some kind of dough. So we can't do this and look at it, so I'll have to get back to you. Okay, it took a bit of work, but there we are. Getting a bit worried because it was sticking to everything. Even had some stuck to the end of my nose at one point, but anyway, there we are, dumpling mixture. So now I've got to get the food out of the oven, put that in and cook it. Back to you. So you need spoon-sized balls. I'm not going to go any further with that. So they go in there. And because I want crispy balls, I'm going to put it in without the lid. Okay, so back we come. And now, after 3 hours or so cooking, this is the result. I must say, it doesn't look much different to the one in the recipe. Well done, Graham. Anyway, we'll see. It's now, I've got to let it cool down for maybe an hour. Because it's right out of the oven, it's red hot. I'm not gonna video me eating it, just in case it turns out horrible. Although I very much doubt that it will, because it looks great, and if I say so myself, I'm pretty good at cooking stews. But if this isn't good enough for you, if you think, oh, it's a piece of cake, whatever, you try coming out to a foreign country and buying stuff from a load of shops all over the place, sometimes in a foreign language, and then trying to mastermind a cooker that you last used 5 years ago in another country 1,000 miles away. You try doing that, okay? Hope I enjoy it. Thanks, see you boys. So this is the finished product, and I haven't tasted it yet, but it looks absolutely about perfect. You know, it's thick sauce and juicy, not over liquid and everything. The dumplings are finely formed. Oh my god, finely formed dumplings. And I have a nice bottle of Chilean wine here, equivalent of $10, which over here, believe me, is cheap. Anyway, bon appetito, and thanks for watching. So, what was it like then? Well, it's all done. We're all cleaned up. Noya will be very happy. We don't leave a mess. I kind of left that there, so, well, okay. Almost cleaned up. Here we are. What was it like? Well, I love stews, and I always considered myself pretty good at cooking them. Now, my forte was always turkey stew. I've cooked so many turkey stews. Every time I have a turkey at Christmas, I always stew up the carcass and make that the basis of, add the leftover meat to it, make that the basis of a stew, and it's always beautiful. So I'm used to that. I'm not used to beef stews, but I've got to say that this is the best beef stew I've ever had. I haven't had all that many. I've cooked one or two, but this was really, really, really good. Points out of 100, 95. It could have been a little bit wetter, because I took the lid off in the oven for the last 30 to 40 minutes just to brown off the dumplings. If I'd have cut that to 30, then there would have been slightly more liquid left in it, but it didn't matter. It was just gorgeous. It was just wonderful. So, a hit. Sorry you couldn't share it with me, but maybe next time. Hey, I can still smell it. It's still wafting here. Still wafting up. Okay, thanks guys. Bye-bye.